Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Good morning, everybody. Delicious. Cool. I'm on my little forest fairy here. This is going to be my little side project till this dude's done. I want to torque this one, though. I want to give him a background and everything. But I want to do it fast. I'm done with the slow part of this guy, I think. I mean, I was looking. I cleaned up a few more little things. Like I can go hit the fingers up right here. But I'll get there when I get there. I am going to start on the top half, though. Do this stuff all the time, you get your little muscle memory thing is that you have to have everything like OCD style set up, or else you just don't flow. I think it's where OCD comes from. Workers. I go fast this way. Now, let's see here. This is in my fairy layer, so I'm gonna go above this turkey. Color V. Color variations. Things that I would say in my mind, I have to quick thought into my little tabs so I can know what is what. I'm just doing a whole bunch of these lately, and just I have my base color, which normally, like, okay, let's say this. For this one here, I'm gonna go back down one before my color variant. I'm gonna turn off this, and since this is still set, go over, set your torque value there, hit this, I like having my navigator up, get a good size, just get this one. Just to double check. Cool. Now we're going to go up to our color variant. Turn back on my layer. Now I can pretty much be... Only reason why on the lower layer I'm leaving that little white tuff on there, because really that would be in the color variant layer, which I may end up probably doing. Is because that's like the base color. If I was to say what's growing from the fur of that white is growing. So then from there, I'm going to throw my color variants on top of that. That's the reason why. That's my thinking on those things. Some people would leave it one color and then have a shift color from that for the coloring. Do you, yo? Do you? So you flub up and say crazy things. I always got to like check myself. Do you, yo? Do you? You'd say that. Hey, do me, yo. No, that doesn't sound good. That sounds oddly. Okay, so I'm on the color variant layer here. I kind of do a color variant across the whole thing, and then I'll put another one over the top of that, and then mash them all down. Because sometimes some of the color variants that you do will look better as a mode. So you go over to your, you leave it as a layer, but you throw a mode over it to give it to do something. Let's change even what I had before. I was going pretty dark. Go airbrush. Let's see what it looks like. Needs a little more red in it. Okay. It does need a little more red. I don't mind it, so I might leave it as a secondary color. Here it is right there. So when I go down to my little red here, I'm just going to toggle it right in the same spot, because that's about, it's not a bad, could be a little darker maybe. Let's check it. This is kind of a mid-tone color. It's not half bad. I'm going to do a lot of my stuff with smudging in this version. Let's go along the edge of the let's see. That's pretty tight. Now I want to do a few other things to kind of make it look cool, I think. Like, I'm going to do it on his elbows. I think that's going to look cute. He's not supposed to be like super, like, duality humans type, you know, very really. He's just more or less, and I'm only saying he, because I don't see boobies. But I also don't see Wang, so androgynous. It just poops pellets. That's all it does, like a rabbit. Just a pellet pooper. And then I'm gonna go. So this is just a kind of my mid-tone. I don't know, because this is my mid-tone. This is my first shift, but I kind of wanted to pick a color tone to it, put a little bit of a palette. Kind of wanted it to be something a little bit different. But they're doing the same. I don't know, everything kind of seems like it's toning down a little bit when it comes to, I think I am listening to Goofball's Jabba, and it's real easy to think that people care, and then you go out and you realize no one's paying attention to any of it. Oh, okay, so it's all BS. Good. If no one's caring, that's what I always judge the tone really off of it. You can walk out in town and be like, did you hear about, and everyone goes, no, why? Is it important? Then you can really realize. I mean, go in town and ask people for reals. There's only going to be the same few people that you always talk to who know the deal. And other than that, no one understands what the heck is going on. That's the tone. If no one knows what the heck is going on, that's the one where you're like, oh, okay, so really nothing's going on. Someone's making BS up and making me try to listen. And that's the truth, for reals. That's the real truth. And that's what I really want to convey to people. Go out. If you have a hot button topic, go ask about it. But ask politely to somebody, you know, just be like, hey, what did you hear about the Brexit thing going on and the thing? And most time people, if they say, oh yeah, I've heard something about it. If it ain't soliciting a further response, anything. You're wasting your time. That's what you're looking into because you're worried. And that's just what I've noticed. You'd be surprised. And it can't be just This would have to be you going to the store and asking a person, like as you're waiting to pay. Just look up at the person in front of you who just so happens to be looking back at you. You don't know them. And you, crazy world, politics, huh? If they don't have a thing, if they just kind of go, yep, that's it. If they go, yeah, that's crazy, huh? If you start to hear stuff from a random, which, you know, that person could be into it. You don't know. But that's my point, is it's random. So if you randomly can pick a person and have a deep conversation about politics, maybe it is a deeper conversation. But really, most of the time, people get really worked up about stuff that I notice is just their beef. It's their beef. They're beefing on it. And most of the time I notice, only time I was able to have anybody hear something that I wanted was when I was wanting them to. So I quit doing that. What's that? That ain't the that's the point I'm trying to state right now, is when I was at a point trying to get people to, hey, but can't you see that this is going on? if they are not seeing it themselves in the first place, it's not an issue in society. And I know people are like, well, we should make it an issue. No, that's the part where I had to really tool myself back. The reason why I say tool myself back on that one was because I had to go on my own principles of saying society is like a large ship. You don't just turn a large ship. If you turn a large ship fast, like everyone's making it out, you're, I want everything tomorrow. Well, guess what? If you had the thing that you wanted tomorrow to happen, you would shift the dynamic flow of society so hard, it would be like turning a cruise liner fast. Like, and then going the other way. If you were to turn a cruise liner this fast right here, and then turn back around, okay, everyone inside of that ship just got thrown up against a wall. All the food got slammed. People got knocked over the edge because they weren't paying attention. By toppling, simply toppling over, falling off the edge, things would happen in a catastrophic way to get the thing that everyone wants. I want it tomorrow. Yet you're ready for it tomorrow. Society, it wants it. The ship wants to be going the other way. It's just, you've got to give it time, or else you'll end up with some catastrophic situations that people just don't want to deal with. They just want to make it out to be like, well, this is what we should have. You're right. No, you're right. And that's where I think everyone has their problems in communication, is to try to make sense of how to describe the situation right here, where it's just a monolith of a thing that they're not paying attention to. But I am. We need it so bad it's worth the toppling of society. Now that's the other person. That is very, I think, dangerous, because not conceiving the outcomes of what can come, zombie apocalypse, like style things, Mad Max style things can come of those styles of thinking. Or massive, some dictators have based themselves on these styles of thinking, where it's not hard to convince people, where they're the ones being tormented, which is definitely probably a truth in a lot of cases. It's just the way you can achieve the outcome response is where, if you do it improperly, you will end up with a Mad Max style future where everything will just start to take off out of sheer dominoing effects. once people get pushed too far, they're going to respond. So in order to control that response, there would have to be a counter response larger than the response coming to it. So if there's a society of people that are smart enough to realize how to control people, they've thought of this already. I'm not thinking of anything new. So what you would do is you would already have in place something that can control said large response that's going to be massive. And for us, there's billions of people, so there would have to be a response large enough to handle us, which once again, why go down the road when all you would have to do is just, for the most part, we need to start governing our heads of state with, I think, just simple testing. If we, the people, would set up a test, it's simple. Everything that's hot buttons across everything, Green, Democrat, Republican, Tea Party, whoever still exists, I don't even know, I'm not even that political, this is just a simple structure that I'm looking at and saying, if I can think of this, it's been thought of first of all, and second of all, this is one of the easier ways to achieve what we're all looking for. Have them test on all the hot button issues across the board. That test can be this thick, y'all. Who gives it? These are the people who are running our country. I don't give a crap. If you want to be a part of this country, sit your butt down and test for it. We want to know what you know. So when we put you in this place, we're not hiring a moron. They do it for us. They do it to you right now. They do it to you. Every time you go to apply, you're testing. Every single time. Every time you go to a college, you're testing to then go out in the world and work. So trust me, you're testing. Why the hell aren't they testing? What the hell's with that loophole? Everyone makes a conspiracy. I think the conspiracy is these people are freaking lazy and they don't want to show you what the hell they know because they don't know anything. They con their most, not most. There's probably a decent few that are actually really doing it, but it's this same policy of, like, I think, I don't know how hot this name will be for anybody, but Jordan Peterson says, I heard him state that this is a statistical statement that 10% of the people who work will do 50% of the work, the other 90% do the other 50% of the work. So if you actually do the math, each person's doing such a minuscule percentile that the top 10% of the people are the ones who should be running our country. If that was the case, we would have an intelligent country. We would be making better decisions. It's the people who are in the 90 percentile conning their way in because they're lazy. They don't want to work, and they'll turn around and be like, hitting others for stuff that they're actively doing, and that's what I want to test, test, test. Set up a test, a huge test, spanning all the things that are important. To become a president, you're going to get tested on the Green Party. You're going to get tested on the Democratic Party. You're going to get tested on the Republican. And then guess what? We're going to find out what the hell you are because you claim you're a Democrat. Now, here's the thing. This is the reason why I don't think they'll do tests. You're going to claim you're a Democrat or a Republican. But then we're going to find out what you really are, and you won't be able to stand with your own party anymore. True parties will come out. That's what would actually happen from testing, everybody. Test, test, and test. They can't lie through a test. They can. They can lie all they want to, but they would be lying their way out of a test score. Higher the test score, the higher the average it would be for people to want to hire that person as our commander-in-chief. I don't just want a dummy. I was in the military, y'all. I know how productive we can be. How about that? We have the potential to be highly productive. And I mean that too. Highly productive. And that's That's it. That's what we are. We're productive people. All of us are productive. Even the people that we say, oh, they're just not productive. No, they don't. They have their version of production. If you go to some countries where it would be in the minds of wacky ass Americans, well, they just kind of have a little more of a backward way of thinking. No, they don't. They don't want to die early in life from working yourself to death. So they, a long time ago, probably figured out a way to enjoy life a lot more, work a lot less, tends to make societies a little bit smaller, tends to make people look a little more rural, tends to bring peace to a community. And once again, if I want to agitate you every once in a while to get you to do what I need, it really stinks when you're all pieced up and enjoying life. So we got to make sure we kick the dirt out, and everyone right now is under a unique construct of work. So for you to be really good, you got to be like the American dream is a unique one. I've lived it. I've had numerous businesses. The last one I had was a full-on store. I had licenses coming out the wazoo for everything that you can think of. I had a liquor license, tobacco license, lotto license. I had licenses for so many things. It would just choking me out with licenses. Of course, I'm in California, so they make sure they pinch you for everything. It is hard, but that was the last business I had that I was like, it made me realize, get back here. It was pulling away my creativity. It was odd. But it did open up doors that banks talk different to me when you own a big business. And people think like there's race things or ethnicity things. Nope, money things. That's it. It's all money. You start making money, you start to walk down a different road. That's it. I'm back to not having money. Trust me. I don't walk in those roads. So for me, I'm looking at it and saying, it's probably more or less along the lines of, you got the cheddar, you get the time. You get the time to just you get the time to be able to have a little more time. For some cases, there's like different versions of this. Dang, there's so many different versions of this. Everyone's gonna have like a, didn't happen for me. It did happen for me. I think it depends on who you're linking up with, who you're networking with. Is a big issue. And with that, it's a unique thing. So after this, I gotta get working. I have a couple logos I gotta jam on. But this right here is going to be one of my newer little epic posters I'm gonna design. Just something fun. He looks a little hard now, but when I'm done with this character, I kind of want him to be soft. Soft and melting. Let me knock down my... Every time I touch down. It's just too hard. 69%. There it is. There it is. Just wanted something very subtle to start that. Start the line for his pecs. Real little guy. So I mean, I'm thinking if you were to see them standing, they would be about 3-4 foot tall total. You know, when their feet are kind of topping out. So for the most part, it's kind of down a little further than that. So maybe like 3 feet. When it's standing all the way up, 3.5 feet, maybe 4. Maybe he gains a foot when he, but most of the time he's kind of down like in his little trotsy little, so he's like about a little 3 foot critter, but then he can pop himself up to about 4 maybe when he's kind of like doing a stance like this. But then he shoots these little bows. I'm trying to think like mystical. Boo. We had a couple more. I like it when the pacing is way down. You gotta really like over and over and over touch down to really get that line to hit. But I like to layer. I've always been a layerer type. Because when you layer, you can go little bits at a time enough to where you can, if you go hard, it just suddenly looks wrong. But if you go proper layering, you'll start to bring out. And I really haven't even picked my light source is obviously coming from above, so I'm gonna have to change up my little mid area here. But his arm, so if the light source is coming down properly from above, boom, I'm still gonna get a shadow. So the shadow's gonna be there. So I'm eventually gonna have to come back and kind of whittle out where this is gonna be more of a shadow than it is anything. But this is the dark tone I'm gonna keep with it, really. And then I'll darken one more over the top of that over here. I'll add one more. I'll probably call it color shade or something like that. When you have your pacing down, you have to remember I have it at 13%. So if I want to, I have to touch down what, like 10 times to create the full, 9 times to create the full effect. But I like it for just doing little stuff like this. Yeah. Das gut. I am still working on my JohnnyTronic channel, everybody. I'm so sorry for taking so long. If anyone is curious, anyone's popping in every once in a while to see is JohnnyTronic popping in. This has been consuming my time. I've been doing some comic book artwork lately for people, getting stuff done, and it's just uber diddy dooberdy super time constraining. So I apologize if anyone is waiting for. I had someone come and tell me they were waiting for JohnnyTronic to pop up because they have kids, and they're like, "Hey, I heard you're going to be doing something for kids," and I'm like, sorry. So if you were checking in every once in a while, I am going to be getting that going movie pronto. That really is my thing to do. That's cool. That's starting to come along now. And then once you get a path, you can So yeah, that's my thinking. I think we should test the president, or test everybody, test all of them. All these mean people shouldn't be there. There should be people. This should be. It's a job. Go do your job. Go do your job to be our government. Quit acting like we serve you. You serve us. It's a job. Go do your job. Shut your mouth. Do your job. But they act like I should be like kissing their feet and paying their bills when I should be saying, do your job. That's what I think. That's what I always get told to do. Go do your job. Okay. Go do your job. Shut up and do your job. Do your job. Shut up and do your job. That's all I ever get. I don't get like anything else. I think everyone gets that. Man, woman, and dang near child now is getting shut up and do your job. What about them? Go shut up and do your job. Quit whining. Do your job. This is your work, not your. This is nothing about your passion project. We can care less about you and your passions for this. We want you to do your job. And your job is to do paperwork or something. It's not blah, 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 blah. It's somewhere you got to be doing something, like actual work. Moving papers from here to there. But right now I know there's too many people in politics who don't do anything. Anything. It's all the little mini appointments. But I'm done with that. I'm done with that as an American. I'm done with people thinking that it's okay just to be, oh, I want to go over here and talk to that person, and go over here and talk to that person, and go over here and talk to that person. It's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You just didn't do anything. You didn't move a paper. You didn't type anything down. You didn't write anything. You didn't create nothing. You're just there. Bye-bye. Leave. We're going to test for you. If you can't pass the test, get out. That's me. That's where I stand on this. I'm tired of politics being almost an issue at all, when really all you got to do is test them, give them the test. It's called the everything test to become a president. If you're going to go into Senate, here's your Senate test. It's smaller. Here's your Congress test. It's smaller. Here's anything that you want to be doing. If you're going to be a mayor, here's your mayor test. This is about your town. Do you know anything about your town? Do you know where it came from? Do you know the history? Do you know why it's here, where it's going, what the interpretation of... No, they don't. That's all, once again, tests. Tests need to be designed, devised, and set out so that way we can test our government officials. What did they pass on the test? Oh, 32. So what did he pass anything good? He passed the ethics part. Oh well, okay, okay, ethics. Maybe we'll hire the person on ethics alone. This is me saying I'm out of here, y'all. Ending it up with a little bit of jabba, as usual. So tomorrow I'll probably be working on the fairy guy in here. This guy here looks like a lot of fun. So I'll keep him jamming. Come check out more. I'm gonna be bringing out merch. I'm working on comic stuff. My stuff's gonna be getting more lively. I'm gonna be getting more posters designed faster and easier. Upgrading my equipment, getting things faster, better. I'm bringing in better printers real soon. My 3D printers, my actual printers, so I can be printing stuff out. Oh, and sending things out via my store. Come check things out. It's fun. I'm loving it. I'm loving all you. Peace, peace, and peace. Everybody. Everybody raise your hands. Everybody in the air. Everybody, we're at the end of the song. Everybody, we're gonna... So everybody, that's my ending song. I have no shame when it comes to my ending song. Enjoy it. Peace!